fives, high fives. Don't be scared, okay? My name is Papa Sin.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Jay. I want to talk a little bit about Marty Jannetty right now. He's in the news. Yeah, yesterday Marty Jannetty, on a Facebook post, apparently confessed to a murder that he committed when he was a teenager. Apparently, this guy was selling Marty some weed, and the guy touched Marty inappropriately, and Marty responded with force, killing the guy and making him quote unquote disappear, as Marty puts it. Now, as funny as this sounds, it gets even worse and even more sinister because Marty later implies that he's going to do the exact same thing to his current girlfriend. He said, the first time I made a guy disappear, and then tells a story about the guy when he was a teenager. And it says the second time I made him, then he goes on to make an incoherent sentence about his daughter's, about his girlfriend's jealousy, Jamaican jealousy, as he puts it, and he implies that he's going to kill her. The thing is, guys, when you murder somebody, there's no statute of limitations on murder. Um, you confess to it years later, you still will be put to jail. Even though this thing happened in the 70s, you could still, somebody like Marty Jannetty could still get locked up for it. Marty Jannetty his career has been full of ups and downs, let's just say, in the world of professional wrestling. He's been hired and fired more times than probably anybody in the company. He started off with WWE in 1989 as a member of the Rockers with him and Shawn Michaels. They had done the independent circuit. They had been in the AWA as the Midnight Rockers, but they came into WWE as the Rockers. They had a notorious reputation for being partiers. They were fired within months of being there. Famous story, Vince McMahon says to them, "Gentlemen, I like your boots. Do you know they're made for walking?" Quoting the famous Nancy Sinatra song. And he fires them. They go back to the AWA. They do some spots in Memphis wrestling, and they return to the WWE. They never win the tag team titles because they won it on a 1990 edition of Saturday Night's Main Event where the rope broke. They beat the Hart Foundation. Then the decision was reversed. And then famously, Shawn Michaels turns heel. The Rockers break up. On British Beefcake talk show, The Barbershop, where Shawn Michaels puts him through a window. Then Marty gets fired. Then he comes back. Royal Rumble 93, he gets fired again. Was supposed to work WrestleMania. Tatanka takes his place. Works the rest of the year until 1994 when he wins the tag team title with the 1 2 3 Quid from the Quebecers on the 1 year anniversary of Monday Night Raw. Then gets fired again. Then comes back in 95. Then gets fired again. Then comes back. Works for WCW in 1998 as a jobber. Then gets fired again. Comes back in 2005 as a Rockers reunion match with Shawn Michaels on Raw. I believe they worked against Tyson Tomko and Christian. Don't quote me on that. But then he gets fired again. Has some trouble with the law, and then tries to sue WWE for a broken ankle. And then he meets somebody that he believes is his daughter, and he implies that he's going to have sexual relations with her. So yeah, Marty is a real head case. You watch his kayfabe commentary story that he did a couple of years back with Sean Oliver. I think this was like in 2013, 2014. He's a real head case. Just like Sonny, just like Jake the Snake Roberts, people like this that we know in professional wrestling. That if you watch the movie The Wrestler by Mickey Rourke, their life is like that. You know what I mean? They had their glory days. They were on top of the world. As a matter of fact, if you watch some of those Rockers matches, and even some before they were even in the WWE, when they were in the AWA, you watch some of those Rockers matches. Buddy Rose, the Midnight Rockers versus Buddy Rose and Doug Summers, you'll see that Marty was the more talented member of the Rockers, but he just never was able to get it together enough to have a really long career with any company, with WWE, with WCW, you know, just heavily battling a lot of drugs. You know what I mean? But I hope this isn't true and Marty is able to get help for his addictions. But you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, guys. And yeah, prayers up for rocker Marty Jannetty. Oh, and his 1996 run, I forgot about that, where he teamed with Al Snow as the New Rockers. Al Snow was Leaf Cassidy back then in 1996. Peace.